Hello, everyone. There's a reason why I don't talk right away. Somebody told me the other day when I go live, there's a delay. Is this true? Or is this just some kind of sick rumor? Carrie Ann, love you, girl. Don't be typing though while you're driving. I know you know better. Hi, Paula Puffer, Katie Pie. Hope you're doing better today about your cousin. I'm so sorry about that, babe. Hi, Rhonda McNeil. Shelly, it's nice to see you. Sometimes you're late, Shelly. Ruthie Brown's here. HC from LBC, Original Lexa, Shannon Lee. Hey, Casey, Big Z, Lumen, Lori Caffel, Ursina, Doctor. We got a doctor in the chat. Laura Font's even with us. Wow. Tracy and Tulsa, Rona Cooley, Leo's here. Hey, Leo. Marsha, Rosa Lang, loves Alaska. I haven't seen you for a little bit. It's going too fast. I got to ask Spanx how to do that. Darn it, I forgot. Kim Greenleaf, Millie the Dandelion. Yes, girl. Haven't seen you for a minute either, but I know you're in the UK. Deeming, Nat Cat, Shelly Kelly. Hey, from Tucson. Marianne. Oh, Tampa B man. Love her so much. Yarn Prepper. I hope you're doing okay. Nicole the Kiwi. Love you, girl. Susan Everett. Lynn MCV V. Katie Pie, I hope you're all right, girl. Beverly, I mean, as good as you can be, right? You just suffered a serious loss. It's horrible. Carrie 01, Elena Rainerman, I answered your email today. I'm going to fix my mouse. 1 second, please. Stand by. Peg Hughes. Hamster Heifer. Don't recognize that name. Welcome. Hi, Brian Lucas. I loved what you posted in the group. Your little clip about your fax machine poem was really special. Thank you for that. Cassie Mosier, Laughs Me, Monkey Mama, that's adorable. Meredith Lynn, Nick Knack No Knack. I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen you. Juju Harris, always late and lurking. Well, I'm glad you said something. Julie's here. Mindy Doolin, Gabby L, K-Fic, Talon F. Okay, you guys let me know if there's any ads. There should not be. Hey, Connie, Sharon Serendipity, Shirley Grimes. I'm glad you made it, Shirley. Moon Shadow. That is a cool name, by the way. I saw you in the chat last night with Sterling and I think. Unless it was the night before with Tommy. I can't remember, but it was a cool name. J9, Carrie Wilson, Aaron Malley. It is nice, I bet, in Omaha, because Aaron, it is nice here. I've got every window in the house open. Kimmy Steele. Hey, Abigail. Okay, Abigail. Good to know. Sharon's here. Michelle, Margie Barr, ASAP Lizzie, Bunny Mellon. Oh, wow. You binged the phone call videos. Those were kind of serious, weren't they? Mainly Linda. Valerie's here. Kathy Ann, thank you for modding. Thank you all the mods for modding, not just Kathy Ann. I've got a lot that work really hard. Sarah Bell, Kim Leaf, Pamela in deconstruction mode. Love you, girl. Met her in person. Really special. Loved her. Denise, Danny's mom. Lisa, love you, and I'm happy that you're doing okay. Anik Alexander, you know, I just want to say hi and that I'm sorry that I don't speak to you as much. Tommy and I talked about you and what an amazing person you are. And I feel kind of guilty that I don't know you or talk to you. So welcome, babe. And I know you're in my chats a lot, he says. And I'm sorry that I don't speak to you. I don't ever want anyone to feel ignored. Jen Antnini Hobbs. Okay. Peace, lady. Love you, girl. Brittany's here. I answered your message this morning. Allie's Hunt. I don't know. Dragon Mad. Okay, I'm going to repeat. Blakey, I'm really glad that you made it, Blakey. I kind of thought you'd be at work. I'm glad you're here. Kathy G, Margie Barr. I think I already said your name. I'm repeating a few, but that's okay. Sarah Bowman, Liz R, Jessica West. Hey, girl. Annette Faber, Liz Tricks. Love you. Jen O, Sharon Gregg. SPTV Tattoo Warriors here. Robin V is here. Lady of Veggies. What a cute name. Yorkie Mom. Usually I lurk. I love that. You're trying to come out of your shell. That really means a lot to me. I just want you to know. Ace and K. Glad you're here. Tony P. Okay, good. No ad for you this time, Leo. JR Quilty B. Cute. Jar from Canada. Thank you, Shelly. I tried to do something. I have no eye makeup on today, and I just got a little blush. Actually, kind of a lot. I feel like I overdid it. Thank you, Evie. This is the same ponytail from Sterling last night. I slept in this and I woke up with it this way, and I haven't changed it. So it's not great. Hey, Turtle Tutor. Haven't seen you for a minute. SGC Flowers. It's your birthday? Dang, girl. I'm so glad to make a live. I'm here to support you with prayers, good vibes, and hugs. Thank you. And happy birthday to SGC Flowers. That's awesome. I love it when you guys tell me it's your birthday. Peace Lady knows where it's at. Got my dump truck ready. Lay it on us. Really kind of hate to do that to you. Kid. Hi, are you sure? Koala Crafts. Okay. I see you, girl. Everybody sees you, girl. I don't want to get too behind. Oh my God. Crystal. This is my stepdaughter, even though we're the same age. Everybody be aware we're the same age. I've lurked in a few streams lately. It looks like you've had so much fun traveling. I was sick for a bit. Oh God. Well, I'm glad you're better now, babe. I love you. I love hearing from you. You know, you can text me anytime, and I know I can too, and we should reach out more often. I have a lot I would love to say to you, Crystal. I just really love you. You really cheer me up just seeing your name. Clenna Tuesday, and I'm glad that you're feeling better. Susie SP Squirrel. Hey, Dawn. How many are in here? 382. Not bad. Heather Carr. Hey, babe. I didn't know if this was a good time, guys. I don't usually go live at this time. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think I would make it to tonight. I'm still catching up from my Seattle trip with the time change. And this morning, and I didn't sleep hardly much at all last night. I don't know why, but I had to get up and take Bo to the groomers this morning. So I had to get up super early, like around 6, and drop him off. And then I went to therapy way in the opposite direction. And I went way back in the, speaking of Bo, I went way back in the opposite direction to pick him up. And he got a little cute little haircut. That was weird. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? My screen went black. I don't know if yours did. Is everybody back? Yeah, original Alexa said frozen. Are we unfrozen? Are we good now? Okay, I'm back. Okay. Hey, Killy Billy. Oh, guys, before we get into anything else, this t-shirt is everything. Okay. I got this t-shirt the other day at a vintage shop, and I have to tell you before I read it to you what it says. It means everything to me. So, guys, Fred, my husband who passed away, was a World War II vet, okay, which is a big deal. And he was in the Navy, and people would always say, where were you stationed or whatever? I don't remember how they asked that question, but he would say, this was always his answer. I served at the Great Lakes Naval Training Center in Illinois. That was always his answer. Okay. Hey, Bridget. So I didn't ever know what that meant, but that was his answer. And so over the years of being with Fred, I knew where he served. I got this at a vintage shop the other day. Hey, hockey guy, welcome. Yeah, not my ex-husband. He passed away, Bunny Mellon. Yeah, he was much older than me. Much, much older. So I see this t-shirt at a vintage shop, and it's a vintage medium. So you can see it's like vacuum sealed on me. Why, Kaz, thank you for your super chat, babe. That's so nice of you. Guys, hey, JD. Guys, look at what this says. I absolutely had to have it. What? Oh, okay. Jeff just texted me, and it scared me that my Amazon order arrived for Bo's Bones. Yeah, he served. He was in the Navy, Blake. Look at what this t-shirt, this is velvet, okay? Look at what this says. I know it's tight. I get that it's tight. Skyrider, I love you. Thank you again, Skyrider. You mean everything to me. Martha Slemmer. Yes, girl. I love Martha. Linda Perales. Look at what this says. My boyfriend survived boot camp, Naval Training Center, Great Lakes, Illinois. Is that not meant to be? And I don't care that it's too tight. I mean, it is tight. It's tight. Okay. I don't care. Yes, it's velvet. I don't know how vintage it is. I don't know why it says my boyfriend, but I was like, I have to have that. I don't care. I don't care. It meant everything to me. It was $30 and it was the best $30 I ever spent, especially for February. Like, holy crap. It's not too tight. You're right. I don't care. It's all right. Is that amazing? Is that just, yeah, I was like, I cried when I saw it. I was like, I have to have it. My boyfriend survived boot camp, Naval Training Center, Great Lakes, Illinois. I was like, how, who makes this t-shirt? I mean, it is vintage. The tag is super vintage. Have Jeff stretch it with his arms. I mean, it's not super, it's a medium. It's not super tight, but I mean, it's more, I would not normally buy clothes. Hey, Wendy Brewer, this tight. What are the chances? Fortuitous February. I know, Katie Pie. I know, Abigail, Yadira. That's what he said. Oh, really, Sharon? Your husband went to naval training there? Yes. Your boobs look huge in that shirt. Work it, girl. Thanks, Hef. They're not huge, but I do want to talk about my boobs as well while we're on the subject. Guys, I know this t-shirt is everything. You're going to see me wearing it a lot, probably. Like, I want to live in it. It's amazing. Hey, Annika's mom. It is serendipitous. So many lives going right now, and I'll leave them all for you. Oh, Wendy Mo, are there really? That's one of the damn reasons I went live right now. I know Loves Alaska. Geez, are there a bunch of other people live? I can't do it anymore. There's so many channels. It is what it is. I don't know what to say. Guys, when I was in, speaking of boobs, Fred shows up all the time. I know he does. Elena, he's with us all the time. I feel him all the time. I swear to God, it's one of the only reasons I get through sometimes is Fred. But when I was in, not feeling well today. Thanks for keeping me. Brianna, I'm sorry to hear that, babe. No. Cindy Funk, it's been a long time. Love you, girl. I know, witness. I just ate an almond upstairs and I feel like I have it in my tooth. I went to the Nordstrom in Seattle. You know, it's like the famous one, or I don't know if it's the original one, whatever. I go to Nordstrom and I just went mainly I wasn't wanting to buy anything. I mean, I shopped a lot when we did our outing in Snohomish. Love you, Linda Perales. Oh my God, Shelly. God, see, I really need to hear this today, guys. I'm having a hard time and we're going to get to it. Shelly, I don't care about other channels. You're my number one. I need to hear that. I really need to hear that right now. There's some things going on and I just need to hear that. So thank you, Shelly. Love Maddie. Same thing. Thank you, babe. Hi, Tinker Mom. So I go to Nordstrom and I meet the cutest girl that works there and she looks just like Adele. She's absolutely stunning. I'm guessing this girl is like 25. She had that really love you hippie chick. She had the hair that I crave and am the most jealous of. It's like a light strawberry red blonde. And she had the most pale, beautiful skin. She was so pretty. And Bridget Junk, my channel is your favorite. Thank you so much. Marion, same. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wendy Mo, I love you too. I really appreciate you guys saying that. I need to soak that up. Thank you, Buffy Summers. So I'm up in the lingerie department looking at bras because I'm wearing this crappy Target bra and it was driving me crazy. And I can't believe I didn't pack another bra. So look, I've bought expensive bras. I've bought cheap bras. I never seem to fit right into a bra. She fit me into a bra and she goes, I said, I'm a C. And she goes, no, you're not. And I said, girl, I am not a B. I know they look small, but they're not that small. And she goes, no, you're not a B. I think you're a D. And I was like, oh, I'm definitely not a D. And you probably are you dilated? Like, did you just have an eye exam or something? Not Soma, but I do want to try Soma brand too. Katie Pie, this channel is like home. Who's the lurker? What's this now? Dawn Moore. Uh, time to chime in. I love your channel. Love your reads. I love you, Dawn, and I'm glad that you said something. Thank you. Okay, I didn't know this about Nordstrom. So Denise, thank you, babe. Thank you guys for saying that. She was very professional. Now I had to get totally naked with her, which I would, she was like 25. I felt weird. Plus she was incredibly attractive. And I chose I fired OBGYNs because they were so perfect looking. I chose a chubby OBGYN that matches my body type. And I have no problem getting in those stirrups. But it took me a couple of years of finding the right one. I don't like getting naked in front of really hot women because I'm like, okay, you probably don't even know what a fupa is. Like, I don't want to be your first fupa. I don't want to be the one that scars you for life. And then the next 40 years, you're like, oh, I remember that girl. She was so hangy and it wasn't good. Like, I don't want to be the first one. So I was a little nervous to get naked with her. And I said, are we doing this in here? And she was like, yeah, I've seen it all. And I said, okay, well, I don't have a problem showing them. Thank you, Kimmy0427. I do like her. Thank you. I love that too, Ace and K. So, yeah, I'm not going to be your first fupa. That would be like sleeping with a guy who's only been with Britney Spears or something. Like, I'm not going to be the first one that you see. Have you ever thought of that? I've never thought of that until just now, but I'm not going to be the first one to take one for the team. Brian Lucas, I'm trying not to, but I know what I look like naked, and I know what I don't look like naked. And I don't know, Mile High Hokey. I love you, Liz Tricks. Yeah, I'm sorry. Amanda, I love you, girl. Hi, Julie. Guys dig fupas. I mean, they don't seem to mind them, right, Shelly? I agree. I've been up and down this rodeo, and they don't seem to mind them. Monica, you're a lurker too. Just love you and everything you talk about. Monica, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you. You're telling Tommy what? What does Tommy not know? I love you, Kenya. It has been a minute. Thank you. I love LeBone's Creations. Hang out with you today. I love hanging out with you. Yeah. Has anybody thought of that? I have got to tend to this beard. My razor broke, my Buzzy razor, and I haven't done a new one. Are you sure you've never been the first to someone's team? I don't know if I have. I don't know, but I know, guys, look, I'm not totally ugly naked. There's some places that are fine. Now, she helped me. Yes, I remember how Tommy said, stop belittling yourself. I'm trying. It's getting better. So back to this, I get naked. And again, I was a little shy because, again, she looked like Adele and I look like a boy. But she looks at my boobs and I said, see how they've never met? Like, I was like, look at yours. She was wearing a really low cut dress. And I was like, see how yours have like that perfect cleavage? I was like, I can't do that even if I push these together. They are way apart. Thighs are pals. Boobs never met. Fine. So she says, oh yeah, you're a D. And I was like, I am not a D because if I am, I'm about to go get in only fans. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if I really am a D, then I've missed out on a lot of missed opportunities. There's been a lot of money that I could have made if these were Ds. Like, come on, I'm not a D, Adele. And she says, and she rolls her eyes. I'm like, first of all, you're 25. Like, don't roll your eyes at me, okay? I'm 50. Let's respect your elders. So she goes, everybody thinks this. And I'm like, what does everybody think, Adele? And she says, everybody thinks that boobs, this cup size is volume this way. And she says volume. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to rub it in that I don't have any volume. And she says, but they go this way too. And I was like, oh, lucky me. And she goes, your boobs don't go up high. I know what she said. She goes, everybody thinks like Victoria's Secret models, like boobs go up like that. And I said, that's because they do. We don't think that. It is that. And then she said, Lori, I love you, girl. Lori Ellingson. Then she says, and of course she's touching them at this point, and I'm embarrassed because they're just like floppy pieces of bologna. And she says, yours go this way, not volume. And I said, again, lucky me. I couldn't be more happy. You know, that's what all the fellas want is side tit, not volume. Nobody wants volume, right? Nobody wants to have the nice big things up here. We want it to flop out onto the side into this area. Of course, that's what we want, right? So she says, love you, Susan Everett. Yeah, lucky me. So she says, you're a D cup because of that. And I'm like, Adele, again, I think I know me better than you do, but do what you got to do, girl. So she's like, put your arms up. And of course, I can't put my own bra on. So she does it for me, which honestly, if I was like a billionaire like Taylor Swift, it wasn't uncomfortable. I would pay somebody every day to do this and put my bra on for me because it did make me feel a little highfalutin. Okay. It was, I've never done that before. I've never held my arms out and had somebody put my whole bra on and adjust it and put it on. I was like, I could get used to this. This is kind of nice. Pit tits. That's great, Fluffer Squirrel. What a nice, really soft way of putting it. I like that. So, yeah, the fellas really loved the side boob thing. It was bougie. It really kind of was. I didn't think about it till just now as I'm telling the story. You should try it. Get somebody in your home, do this in the morning, have someone put the damn thing on. And then she adjusted the straps. She was like loosening under here. And I was like, dang, Adele, I could get used to this, girl. I could get used to this. Could you link below the blush and color you wear? I'm a blonde and never can find a pink I like. What am I wearing? I don't know how to link it, so I don't know how, but I do have mods that know how. It's Trini London called Millie, and a little goes a long way, Kimmy. It's my favorite. It's like a bright, bright pink, but I just a little, and then I put her highlighter over it in Candlelight. There you go. That's what I'm wearing. Hidden boob. Yeah. Mine are total armpit warmers. I've seen yours and I know this to be true. Yeah. Pit tits. That's the worst thing I know. I am not using that. That will make a man run away. Unpacking the heavy stuff, Reese's boobs. See, I can't. I tried to go into the sadness and I can't yet. We gotta go through the happiness to get to the sadness. It's usually our pattern. It was a high-end treatment. So anyway, she slaps this thing on me and she goes a size down in the width. And I was like, Adele, I don't think you know what you're doing. Like, is this your second, third day? I hate to be rude about it. But I was like, I don't. And then she snaps the thing closed and she goes, see? And I look in the mirror and I was like, damn, girl. Like, it fit so nicely. Dense boobs, fancy face. Speaking of fancy face, I meant to show. Guys. Wait, was it Fancy Face or Fancy Nancy that sent me? I think it was Fancy Face, wasn't it? Now I'm going to be embarrassed. Whoops, never mind. It was Fancy Nancy. Sorry, Fancy Face. I thought you sent me a card, but it was Fancy Nancy. Look at how cute that is. Is that so cute? Hey, VT Kitten. Noelle, I love you, girl. Okay, so she looks like Adele. No joke. The cat is snoring. Where do I go for this treatment? It was at Nordstrom in Seattle, and that was one of the only good things in Seattle. Did she say she hears Adele a lot? She did. I mean, this girl had the most perfect milky white skin and like strawberry red hair. And I would say she was her body type. Like she was probably a size 16 or maybe even a little more and absolutely gorgeous. Like size doesn't matter to me. I honestly kind of like I like a little bit more of a woman. I do. I think women look feminine when they're like real curvy and kind of voluptuous. And why I can't do that for myself, we're going to work on. But that'll be another video because we don't have all the time. And I can't do it for myself. But my skin is flawless. I've got a lot of texture issues. But thank you. I'll try to accept that compliment, Elena. So she went down a whole size. Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie. It's a little snug through here, Ooh, yeah, it's a little snug through here. However, she was like, "It'll stretch a little bit." Then she put me in a size up. And I said, "I think I'm the next size." And she goes, "Nope." So she takes her whole fist and puts it in between that once she straps it closed. And she goes, "See, it's too big." She goes, "You're wearing way too big of a bra size, and that's why your boobs are falling out and nothing fits you." And I said, "Really, Adele?" I had no idea. So I've been fit properly, and I am now a D cup. Now, fellas, before you come running and lining up to my door, just remember. I know it didn't hurt though, Brianna. It's weird. Just remember, I'm a D cup apparently that goes this way, not the volume, which is a shame. I mean, that's I wish there was a way to like push it so that it goes up and they could meet each other. Neither one of these know the other exists. They have never met these ladies. Um yeah, so yeah. So I feel good about it. Here's the other thing. This bra brand, she said, "I think I'm going to like you in," and she knew exactly. You did hear a re-snap, the bend and snap. She did know exactly what brand she wanted to put me in. Um, and the brand was called Chantal or Chantal, Chant ELLE. It is a nice bra. However, who has heard of the brand? And this has no padding, by the way. That's the other thing I'm nervous about. I said to Adele, I said, I always get something with a little padding so that I can get a boyfriend because it's not going to happen otherwise. These things you can't see. These are mine. There's no padding in this thing. And I'm a little uncomfortable with that. But yeah, that's the brand. So then the other thing, I think this has a wide strap Tampa B man. The other thing I wanted to try, I don't get boobs wet. They're not big enough. That's why I'm still questioning, how am I a D cup? These fit great. I was doing C's and hey, snot face. Um, yeah, don't worry, snot face. We're getting to the heavy stuff. There is some heavy stuff, but sometimes I like to talk about the happy thing, stuff first. Um, but then she put me back in a C cup and showed me the difference. And so here's where the bra stops. It does cover more. The C cup, it was like over here, and she showed me, she's like, "See how your boobs like hanging out?" Because we get the pit tits, like you guys called it. And Brisby Tails, I've missed you. You've seen them. I'm a D for sure. Barbara, why didn't you say it then? You saw my boobs in your house. Why didn't you say anything? Barbara. Yeah. So I feel like a big girl now. I have real boobs, and I had no idea. A horizontal D, if you will. Yeah, the men love that, Big Z, by the way. The guys just love it when your boobs go sideways instead of, like Adele said, the volume this way. She said Victoria's Secret models have the volume going this way. Normal Midwest girls, we go this way. And that's okay because you know what? I'm on my third husband, and they seem to like it either way. No one seems to mind. And I will get a fourth at some point. And I'm sure that there's somebody out there that will still want to get a hold of this. More fun to motorboat? There's nothing to motorboat. They don't even touch. Anyway, so Adele was great. Loved her. That was probably who cares what guys love, Reese? It's important that you like yourself. We're getting there too, Ace and K, and I appreciate you saying that. It's so true. Victoria's Secret girls, yeah. I mean, I couldn't have surgery to look like that. I'm never going to look like that. And I've let that go. I used to really care, guys. I used to really compare myself and care and like worry about it. I don't anymore. It's not, you couldn't surgically alter me to look like that. Like it's never going to happen. My body isn't that way. And I really am trying to start, Steph, welcome. I am trying, if you guys noticed, I do tear myself down, but not as much as I used to. I'm really trying to care more about not doing that to myself. I am. It's small steps, but I am. Nebraska tits. That's right, hamster heifer. Yeah. So before we get into the heavy stuff, and you know what? Guys still like them. I have never had a guy, and you guys know I've had the clap a few times. So if that tells you anything, it's not like I'm shy. I've We've done this a lot. Okay. There is no velvet rope at Club Reese. Anybody can get in. Okay. Um, yes, Bridget, thank you for noticing. So, Paula Puffer, you have Iowa tits. Yeah, you do. You do, girl. Heather, Kansas. Thank you, babe. Love you. Um, thank you, Emily Blythe. What was I saying? Yes, talk to yourself the way you would talk to Hux. Thank you, Shambot. I really am trying. What was I saying right before that? I don't know. But before I get into the heavy stuff, I want to show you guys some because I just got back. I haven't even like adjusted myself yet from being in town. I'm not even back used to the time change. Um, I want to show you some things. A lady in, I think, the UK. She's not in the United States, but now I want to say she's not in the UK. Where was she? Let me see. Give me a sec. Yeah, Chantal. Oh, I know. Yeah, that was the other bra. The other bra that I bought. Hey, Philip Wright. The other bra that I got. Have you guys worn that brand Honey Love? I have wanted to try one of those damn bras for so long. And I bought one, not cheap. Thank you, Cher. I'm a little bummed. Keela, that's okay. We're just getting started, girl. Yeah, all guys like my boobs. That's what I was saying too. Every guy I've ever been with has been like, "You have great boobs." So, I'm going to trust that. Now, are they just trying to get laid? Probably, probably. But still, it made me feel special at the time and continues to. So, guys, Honey Love. Who has tried that? Yeah, you've seen the ads. No, bras are not cheap unless you go to Target. I bought a $15 bra at Target and you do get what you pay for there. So, I bought one and it's not, I don't think I'm happy with it. I also thought, according to the sizing chart, I was going to be a large at least. She fit me in a medium and I think it's too big. I wore it one day and it's like stretched out and weird. I feel like I need a small, which doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't be a small, but I don't think the sizing is right. It doesn't have underwire. It's super comfortable, but I just wanted to say that and get any feedback if anyone had one. Cheap bras are uncomfortable. Yes, that is so true. Cheryl Ford, I'm glad you made it. You got one, Kathy, and you were disappointed. Okay, well, that tells me all I need to know. Okay, so I want to show you guys something, but first, who? Huh. This, she signed it Deb S, but I swear it's from Deb Evans in England. Okay. Her signature on this artwork says Deb S. She also sent me some jewelry, but I just brought this down because I grabbed a handful of stuff and I didn't have hands to bring the jewelry. This is one of my favorite. You guys send me things that you hand make, which a lot of people have. Like that painting right there is from Peace Lady, who's in the chat. So people send me things like, oh, next to my head, Armine made that picture of Gertie right there. So like things like that. I am switching the subject. I hope that's okay. Things like that, guys. You don't understand. Like those are being a Cancer sign. I'm super sentimental. Things like that change my life. Like I don't want anything else in this world. I love handmade gifts. I love things that are like unique, one of a kind. I made this for you. It's custom to your dog, things like that. Somebody sent me something from London and she signed it Deb S. And I want to show this to you guys because it's my heart. It means everything to me. I will have this forever. I cried when I opened it because, of course, I won't always have Gertie, and that is hard for me to accept, even though I've accepted losses. I've had them before. That dog is everything to me, just like your dog is everything to you, I'm sure. Look at this. I don't even know what you would call it. Do I like lavender and vanilla? Absolutely, I do. I want to send you something, but yeah, I love lavender and vanilla. Love both of those. LeBone's Creations. That's very kind. Thank you. I don't know what kind of art you would call this. Happy birthday, Sharon. It's my birthday too. Lisa Beam's birthday and Sharon's birthday. Happy birthday, girls. Okay, look at this. It's exactly her. This is Gertie, and it could not be more spot on. Look at this. It's like knitted or whatever that is. Look at that. Is that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Is that the coolest thing you've ever seen? I will have this with me the rest of my life. Same with Armines, same with Peace Lady. Those things mean so much to me. It's embroidery. Okay, look at that. It's just incredible. It looks just like her. It looks just like her. And Deb S made it. And it's not huge, as you can see. I mean, it's big, but it's not huge. And I just can't stop staring at it. It means so much to me. And I want to say thank you to Deb S. I know people and their talents. I mean it when I say I don't know how to put air in a tire. It's unbelievable. I can't stop looking at it. I don't exactly know where I want to put it. I don't necessarily want it down here because I want to be able to look at it all day. Like I want it right next to my bed, I think, forever, for the rest of my life. Like I want to be buried with this. Same with Armines. It is so perfect. It captures her perfectly. So I know I can't get over it. Like look at all the coloring in it. It's not just like one piece of color. It's like tons of different colors that are just like her. It's just amazing. I don't need help with 5th grade math, probably more like 1st grade math. I just love this so much. And I wanted to say thank you to her. Now, I also want to show something that came today from Kathy Ann. This is our mod in the chat, Kathy Ann. This is so cool. She sent me another little small mirror to hold in my purse with the most sweet sentiment on it, but I didn't bring that down either because I didn't have enough hands. Yeah, look at this she sent me. It's so cool. Is that the coolest? It's a picture that I can put on the wall. I love it. By all means, Bo, it's not like we're live or anything, please. Isn't that so neat? I love that picture. Erin and I really do look like brother and sister, by the way. So many people have said you guys look related, and I think we do. It's weird. Like, I totally think we look like we could be related. That was a few weeks ago, of course, when I was in Clearwater, right before we both got sick. So Kathy Ann, thank you for that. I just wanted to show everybody because it was special. And then I got another painting from a lady in the UK, I believe. And it says, love is all around. And this Peace Lady, this reminds me a little bit of your painting. It's heavy. It's from Anna Witz. And she's, of course, watches the chat. And I love this so much. I love the colors. I love hearts. Look at this. Is that the prettiest? It's on canvas. It's so pretty. She signed it down here. It says Anna. It's so cool. And it says on the back, love is all around. I just think this is so beautiful. I know. I love the colors. I love the rainbow heart in the middle, but I love all the other hearts around it with the gold background. I know. People are so talented. And I want you guys to know that I am the perfect person to give things like this to because my mother always says this. So I have one sister, right? Brianna. She's older. My mom has all kinds of handmade stuff from the 80s, like things that she crocheted or knitted or whatever, front door hangings, paintings, all kinds of stuff. My mom used to be very artistic. She's not so much now. I want all those things. Brianna doesn't at all. She'll give that stuff to Brianna and Brianna will like lose it or put it in the basement. I'm like, no, give it to me. I am so sentimental. I love handmade things. I attach such an emotion to it. So I just want to say thank you to you guys for everybody who does this. Everybody who does this. Thank you so much. And then one last thing I got in the mail today. I just brought it down. Also, Allison Byrne, are you in here? Because I tried to message you and I don't have your contact info. Allison Byrne, I got your tea that you sent me today. And I'm so grateful for that because I'm a huge tea drinker. So thank you, babe. I think you're in here. I thought she was in here. I thought I saw her name. This is from Sarah Lansing. And she's a person in our chat too. And she wrote this book. Reese, I wrote this under my maiden name, but it's me. I'm sending this in the spirit of your new connection tour. Sending love and light from Metro Atlanta. I hope to give you a hug here soon. And I just wanted to show you guys because I thought that was so sweet. I thought that was really cool. Love you, Trisha Biggs. Um, Also, Laura Dupree wrote a book and gave me her book when I was in Seattle. It was really neat. I got to read these. But yeah. Oh, look how cute she is. I didn't even read the back yet. I just got this. Look at her pretty picture. She's cute. Sarah, thank you so much, by the way. I don't know if you're in here, but I just wanted to tell her thank you. So, guys, that's important to me. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows that. We do have a very talented family. Yes, we do, DNB. I'm the same, Keela. I don't know that I'm going to find my talent either. Hey, Georgia Burke. I'm not a talented person when it comes to being crafty and making things, and I'm the first to admit that. Yeah, I know. I just really want to acknowledge you guys. I always am appreciative of your private messages, your kind words, your super chats, your gifts, your handmade things. All of it means so much to me. And it's days like this where like I need to hear it, I need to see it. Sometimes I have a hard time, and I've been having a bit of a hard time. And now that we're 40 minutes in, I don't mind talking about it. I've been having a hard time. And I don't know how many of you watched Sterling and I last night. That was a great show. I missed him so much. Brittany, let me pay you a compliment, pun intended. You have Betty White energy. Oh my God, I love that's the highest compliment I could ever receive. Funny, loves animals, answers fan mail. Loved by all. That's the best thing I've ever heard. Seriously, thank you so much, Brittany. I love Betty White so much. She was such an amazing lady. I loved how much she loved animals. So, Brittany, thank you. And thank you for your super chat, my friend. Yeah, that was done by Peace Lady, the canvas by the chair in the corner. I loved seeing Sterling too. He is such a gem. I love him. Peter, my name is Marga. I'm following you from the other side of the world. This is in this case from the Netherlands. I like you very much. That is so kind of you to say. Thank you very much for saying it. That's amazing. So Sterling's amazing. Yeah. He's so great. Like you can never go wrong with him. He's the most genuine. I feel like I could tell Sterling anything. He is so stable and like I feel like I can lean on him. He's so genuine. And even though we haven't talked, we pick right back up, don't we? Like he's just fantastic. I love Sterling. But I was telling him last night, like there's some things like when it comes to Scientology that I think I probably need to talk about Scientology a little more. I don't want to force anything on this channel. I never want it to not be natural and organic. But I also think that it would be therapeutic, and maybe we should talk about it a little more. I think that, thank you, SB. I think snot face. There you go. Stress is a real thing, guys, and he is a good listener. Casey, thank you. I don't know. It's not just Scientology, by the way. It's not just Scientology. Hey, Sylvia Perez. It's yeah, Janet from Another Planet. I think you couldn't talk about it until now. Skyrider, thank you so much for saying that. Guys, I just there's what did you hate most about Scientology? God, that's a hard question. I think the forcefulness, the like Sterling and I talked about the screaming. That's hard for me. To this day, I get very triggered with screaming and fighting. I think Bo Beats, I'm glad you're in here. I love you, girl. I think I especially struggle with that, being forced to do things you don't want to do, but not just being forced by screaming, by fear. That's probably the thing I hated the most. Yes, Blakey. Seeing you two together always makes me feel at peace knowing you guys are there for each other and hanging out. You two need each other. I would kill to have someone like you or Sterling close by. I would too. I wish that we were all closer, Blake. That's the only downfall. But the good thing is we all talk to each other behind the scenes. I mean, it's private. You and I'm talking about everybody in this chat. I talk to most of you privately. That gets me through. Not being able to be close to you sucks, but traveling around and meeting you, changed my life. And then the second best thing is getting through by talking privately and keeping that communication line open. Um, so that mixed with, I feel like I need to blow my nose. Hold on, I'm going to mute it. I don't know if I do, but let me try. Not really. Is your address a mail store, like a residence? It's a mail store. Yeah. It's a like a PO box. It's a store. It's a UPS store. Um, Thank you, Mint Candy. So, Snot Face, I love you. I like seeing you in here. I don't see you all the time, so it's nice to see you. Thank you. Guys, some things happened that you don't know about. And one of them, a couple of them, something really terrible happened while I was in Seattle. And I'm not going to share the details, not because I don't want to. I really want to, but I don't want to embarrass what happened. I'm just going to say something happened with Huxley while I was gone. And it had to do with Boy Scouts. And it was very, very upsetting. It was very upsetting for me. And don't worry, we are dealing with it. Like authorities are involved, things like that. And it was very upsetting and it was very embarrassing for him. So I don't want to go into any details. That's all I'm going to say. And I asked him if I could share that part, and he said yes. So I got his permission first. So that has been weighing on me. I do have an Instagram, Wendy Brewer. It's Reese0708. Just so you know, Huxley is okay. I'm going to get him a counselor. He's okay. Yeah, enough said. Yeah, prayers for Huxley. I just don't want to go into it right now. And maybe he will share it with you guys when he comes on a live, but I don't want to go any further. I'm going to go as far as he allowed me to, which was that. And he loves you guys, but I think he's just fairly embarrassed right now. It really shook me, and I was having a hard time with it. But other things have happened too. And so I'm just trying to balance things that are going on with me. And the other thing that happened, and I haven't shared this with you guys, but not because I haven't wanted to, it's just really I haven't had a live with you guys one-on-one. I took a couple of nights off, and that's saying a lot for me. I don't do that anymore, but I've been feeling kind of depressed. And so when I feel that way, I kind of don't want to lean on you guys. I don't want to put it all on you, right? I mean, that's not really fair. But at the same time, we do go everywhere on this channel. And I don't always want to make it depressing. That's another thing. I don't always want to be, yes, Blake, that is true. I don't always want to bring everybody down. But I feel brought down. So, hi, Amy Lee SP. So while I was in Seattle, this has nothing to do with Huxley. I'm changing the subject. While I was in Seattle, nobody knows this, but do you guys remember my original story? Not everybody's going to know it. Not everybody knows it. And I have to remember that not everybody knows it. But most of you do, right? Like when I was first with Aaron and all of the background in Scientology from when I was young, being on staff. Do most of you know what I'm talking about when I say that? No, it's not Mint Candy. When I was recruited for staff, guys, I was 13, going on 14, real close to turning 14. And thank you, Denise. And when I joined staff, I immediately had a boyfriend who was 24, and I started sleeping with him, and his name was Shane, and that was all well known. Everybody knew about it. My father knew about it. That went on for 2 years. And Shane was one of the only people, I always spoke highly of Shane, and I still do. Shane was one of the only people in the church that remembered the day that Dan O'Connor hit me over the head with the fax machine. He hit me in the face. He was on top of me, choking me. Thank you, Crystal. You are 1 year out of a literal cult, processing a lot of trauma. You aren't bringing us down. You're living and growing, and we are here for you. Thank you, my love. I really appreciate that, Crystal. Um, Shane was helpful for me. Okay. Shane was the only one who took me to the hospital. So, um, I never have painted him in a bad light. I've always said he was good to me. He was a good guy. Now I was 14 and he was 24. Obviously that's an issue, right? But I never felt that he was abusive or anything like that. So, I knew this and I actually had never thought about it until I was there. Shane lives in Seattle or in the Seattle area. I mean, I know that he lives in that area. I don't know if he actually, I don't know his actual address or anything, but I've known that he's lived there for a long time. Okay. So he's married with a kid and all that. So when I got to Seattle, like 2 days into my trip, I was like, oh, Shane lives here. And I sent him a text. I had his phone number because when I first did that live with Aaron, he reached out. He reached out to Aaron within like an hour of doing that live. And then Aaron gave me his contact information. And then Shane and I spoke on the phone probably 5 times. So I have talked to him. And he is not still in Scientology. No, B Pickle. So I sent him a text and I said, "Hey, I have not spoken to him, by the way. It's been over a year. I don't keep in touch with the guy. I last texted him like a year ago and he never wrote me back. So I assumed maybe he contacted an attorney that said, hey, don't talk to her, or the church reached out maybe and threatened him. I don't know what happened. That was just all things I assumed. I don't know. To this day, I don't know. So I reach out and I was shocked. He wrote me back pretty quickly and he was like, "Oh wow, you're here." And I said, "Yeah, I if you've got any free time, I'd love to get a coffee with you or something." Now, keep in mind, I haven't seen this guy since I was 16 years old. What is that? 23 years ago? I haven't seen him. Shane is no longer in Scientology. No. I mean, here's the thing. I thought of this idea and it felt right in my gut. Like, so when I thought of, "Oh my god, Shane's here," I immediately thought I should reach out. Like, I didn't think red flags. I didn't think like, "Ooh, that's eerie." No, I thought I would like to see him. But I'm kind of like that. Like, I'm not an introvert and I don't shy away from things. It's my style to be like, "Let's tackle this. He's here. Let's see him." So he writes back and he's like, yeah, I would like that." And I'm like, "Me too." I said, "I'm here for a week. So, if there's any time." He said, "I'm at work." And then like 2 days went by and he reached out and he said, he's 50, Laura Font. I asked him, I think he said he's 50 years old. Yeah, Franklin. So he reaches out, I think on Sunday, and he says, "Hey, I'm in the area. Where do you want to meet?" And I was like, "Well, I'm downtown." And he said, "Are you by the market?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm like 3 blocks from it or something." So I walked to the market and he was down there. He met me. And it was I was not nervous. I was not nervous at all, but I could tell he was very nervous. Like, I was waiting across the street and he's texting me and he's like, I said, "I'm on Fifth and whatever." And he's like, "Okay, I'll be right there." And so I'm like, I'm standing at a stoplight watching all the people go by looking for him. And I see him and he sees me. And I was like, and so I crossed the street and I gave him a hug and he was real. You could tell he was just kind of body language wise, he was kind of shaky, he was fidgety. He was nervous. That's totally okay. But I did not feel nervous at all. Like, I was like, I said, "Hi," and he was like, "Hey." And I said, "You look the same." And he was like, "You look really good." And I said, "Thank you so much." And I went into this thinking like, this will be very healing. I hope that's the whole point of this channel. And yeah, I don't think I felt nervous, B Pickle. I just felt, I don't know. I wanted to see him. It was just something I wanted to do. So, no, Shelly, I don't think he had any feelings for me at all. I did not get that vibe at all. But I think he felt, s- you know, um, what am I trying to say? Like, I think he still felt like, kindness toward me. I didn't get any like weird feelings. Yeah, closure. I wanted some Judy, sending love from Rochester, New York. Thank you, Judy. Thank you for super chatting me. That's really kind. It helps. Um, the I wasn't apprehensive, but again, guys, I don't have any back off on stuff like that. I'm not nervous. I mean, there's over 1,000 people in here. I don't feel any nervousness. I just don't. I'm comfortable. I like people and I'm comfortable with them. Unless I get a bad feeling and I want to get the hell out of Dodge. That's happened to me too. He is married. Yes. I think he's been married for a long time. So I was hoping that it was going to be like maybe we would both have a good cry and it would be a little bit therapeutic. It wasn't, and it went very strangely. And I thought we would go sit down somewhere. I didn't have all the time in the world. I had a dinner that I had to be at in like an hour and a half, but I wanted to catch him. Blake, I don't blame you for thinking the way you do about Shane, but he shouldn't have written you back. That's just my honest opinion. I know others will disagree, and I respect that. Okay. We didn't even go sit down anywhere. It was, yeah, living in the gray area. It was odd. We stepped off at the fish market around a corner where like guys were hosing down fish and stuff. And I could tell that he was uncomfortable. So I don't even think he felt comfortable sitting. Like we just stood for an hour and a half. I was kind of tired after that. I was like, oh, I need to sit down. We stood for an hour and a half and talked, and it was just strange. It was strange. I told him I had a YouTube channel, and he was like, "Really? Wow." And I was like, I kind of have I had the impression that he probably knows. Now that doesn't mean I'm not trying to be a D swinger. I'm saying he watched the thing with Aaron and reached out to Aaron within an hour, didn't call him, didn't have his number, emailed him within an hour. Like yeah, it was a little weird for you to be like, really, you have a channel? He was like, huh. I mean, I can tell when people are not being genuine. I saw right through that, but it's okay. I don't care. What's it to me? I said, yeah, I do. And he was like, wow, huh? I mean, I wasn't going to challenge that. I don't care. Uh, hey, Lemon Kello. So it got weird. Yeah, I thought that too, Philip, right? Obviously, guys, he's going to be more apprehensive than me. I was underage. He was not. Okay. I can put myself in his shoes. Um, did he think you were going to trap him? I don't know. That's what I mean. I'm not a man, and maybe he did. Maybe. I don't know. Guys, I hadn't seen this guy in a long time. Who knows what he thought, right? I don't know that he thought my intentions were genuine. Maybe he didn't. So, hey, Debbie Lima. So, we talked for about 45 minutes, and he was just it was not the conversation I thought it would be. He got kind of political. He was talking about a lot about Buddhism, and just all of his research on that. Yes, there's a statute of limitations. It's ran out, Sarah Robin. Did he say he actually watched Aaron, or did someone else tell him you were on Aaron's channel? No, he told me from his mouth that he watched Aaron. Yeah. He does have kids. I think he has a son. And he was like, I'd be willing to help you. And I said, help me with what? And he said, I would be willing to help you unpack your Scientology stuff. And I was like, I appreciate that, but we're a little late into that. And I have a whole channel that helps me with that. And I go to therapy. So I don't really want to cross, did I find it weird because he was uncomfortable or deflecting? No, I found it weird because of the topic of conversation. Like again, he was kind of going into like climate change and Buddhism, and did he seem different from when you spoke to him last year? No, he seemed about the same. He's just kind of out there. It's not a bad thing that he's out there, but after all these years and all of this stuff, like I'm like kind of surprised the first conversation we're talking about climate change and plastics in the ocean. I was like, okay. I mean, I don't know. It was, I don't, maybe he was redirecting, misdirecting. I don't know. Shelly. Um, I kind of got the impression that maybe he didn't want to go there. Now, he asked me a few things about Scientology. He asked me about people that were still in. He asked me about Doug and Brenda. So, I mean, we went there a little bit. Um, but the things that were odd, um, I mean, I kind of hate to do this because I told him, I was like, look, I'm not gonna, it got weird. I'm just gonna skip to the end. Did he ask about me? No, he did not. That's another thing I kind of have a pet peeve about with people. I don't like when you talk to somebody and they go on and on and on and on and on about themselves or what they're doing in their lives. And they don't go, so how have you been? Do you have a child? Are you married? It bothers me. It's selfish. I don't like it. Um, People do it. I'm sure I've done it, but I always really try to make sure there's balance when I'm talking to a friend or someone I know to go, how are you? Are you doing okay? I don't like going me, 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 me. Now I have a YouTube channel where I do that, right? So I guess it's a little bit hypocritical of me. But yeah, Apple Watch. Well, we got to a point where he goes, are you recording me? It got weird. It got weird quickly. It got weird. He goes, are you recording me? And I said, here's my phone. I pulled up the recording app and I was like, here's the recording app. I was like, no, I am not. And I said, I lost my Apple Watch and I haven't repaired it with my phone. So I was like, I am not. Um, so obviously he's watched my channel, right? Like for him to be like, are you recording me? Yeah. So that took a little bit of a turn. And then he's it he started to make me feel, I guess the word would be uncomfortable, but it's hard to make me uncomfortable. Yeah, I was like, I'm not recording you and I'm not. He started to say things about that original video with Aaron. Force of Delightful Nature, thank you for speaking up. He started to talk about that video with Aaron. And what bothered me was he was like, I don't appreciate you. He kind of got weird and he said, I don't appreciate you coming out on YouTube telling people that I'm a pedo. And I was like, what? I've never said that. And I would never say that. Hey, Liz Ferris, I love you, girl. Liz Ferris, Sterling wants to talk to you, by the way. I don't think you were in our chat last night, but he wants to get a hold of you. Please do that if you can. If you don't have his contact info, message me. Yeah. So he got weird, like kind of aggressive, like angry. Now I wasn't fearful or anything, but he started to get his whole demeanor changed. Okay, let's put it that way. And I was like, I've never once called you that on my channel. And he was like, it's too late. You've already done it and you've smeared me. And I was like, no, I haven't. And he was like, I'm sure you have. And I said, okay. Like at one point, I was like, enough is enough. I said, look, dude, I'm going to share something with you that you're not going to like. I've had a channel for a while now. And I said, I think I've spoken of you 3 times. I was like, no one cares about you. No one, we're not focusing. It's not a channel about you. Okay. We talk more about my vagina than anything. So nobody, like, we're not focusing it on your life. You know, I said, if anything, I have told everybody on my channel how much you helped me. I was like, you have, yeah, Ace and K. One, you were always nice. He was the adult and you were a teen. It is also your story. And that's when he said, he goes, how would you like it if I went on YouTube and smeared your whole life? And I said, people do that all the time. When you are a YouTuber, you have to have thick skin because people talk shit about you all the time, dude. I was like, go have at it. That's a thing. That's a thing. When you are a YouTuber, you kind of have to be prepared for someone to smear you or talk shit about you. Absolutely. That wouldn't bother me at all. So the other thing was, it got weird. It just got really weird. And then he said, no, I did not smear him. We talked about getting married when I was 16. Okay. And he brought that up. And this was weird. First of all, he didn't want to admit to anything sexual, which I understand if I'm the guy. He was like, I don't remember any of that. I said, really? You don't remember any of that in those 2 years? You don't remember? And I went into detail and I said, you don't remember this? You don't remember that? Like, I have all kinds of memories of it, that side of it. And he goes, I don't remember any of that. And I said, okay, fine, fair. He's a guy. He was the one in trouble, right? In the law's eyes. And he didn't want to admit to that. I'm sure he was fearful that I was recording him. I don't care that he didn't want to admit to it. It happened. I was there. Oh my God, it's George. Just jumped on. No idea what you're talking about, but love you and your channel. Hope all is well. Let's chat soon. I love you, George. Talking about something that happened in Seattle. But thank you for your super chat, babe. I really don't care when people try to say, like, no, I didn't do that. I never get bothered by that because I feel strong enough in my story. It did happen. I was there. That would be like Dan O'Connor going, well, he did actually. Remember when he wrote Aaron an email and was like, Reese is a liar and I never did all that? It doesn't bother me when people call me a liar because I'm not. And I was there and I have specific memories of it and it didn't not happen. So, whatever. I'm pretty used to that kind of shit. Fine, guys, but give him a little grace, okay? Because if you're the guy, you're going to be a little nervous to admit to those things, I would imagine. So he's not wanting to admit to it. Fine. But then it got weird. We were talking about getting married. Remember, I said in the story, Kathy Sullivan Otto wanted us to get married when I was 14 because now looking back, Aaron told me that would have protected the church, right? The only reason we didn't get married is because my dad wouldn't approve of it. He would not allow for it. Thank God. That's like the only good thing my dad did for me. Got a little weirder, Spicy Cat Foster. So then he says, I feel kind of bad because I probably shouldn't be sharing this. I'm sure it's only going to make things worse for him, but I also never intend to speak to this person again. Then he says to me, Shane, the other day, he says, this was weird. I got to take a drink. My throat feels dry. Yes, thank you, Dad. This made me feel weird. He goes, do you remember we were going to get married? And I said, of course I remember that. It's funny you remember that. And I said, yeah, I remember that, of course. And he goes, and your dad wouldn't let us? And I said, yeah, I remember. And he said, did you really want to marry me? He got really weird in his face. And he goes, did you really want to marry me? He goes, or were you just using me for sex? Think about what I just said. I looked at him like I could never blink again. And I said, Shane, I was 16 years old when that happened. And he goes, you were mature for your age. And I said, be that as it may, I was 16 years old. And he goes, did you really want to marry me or not? Or were you just using me? And I was like, I was 16. Like, what did you think that it's what kind of a question is that? My son is 14. What kind of, like, he was angry about it. And I was like, what kind of a fucking question is that? I was a child. I was a 16-year-old that should have been in school, was plucked out of school, recruited, and put on staff at the Church of Scientology, working 16 at least hour days. Some were 18 to 20 hour days, depending on if I was in trouble. So yeah, that was weird for me. Yeah, it was weird. It made me feel feelings inside. I was like, I don't know about that. Well, there's one other thing that happened that made me walk away feeling really weird. But then he said, Renee Madden. Then he said, he was 24. I was 14 at the time. Then he went into, and he said, he goes, this has just gotten really negative. He goes, this is not how I thought it was going to go. And I said, that makes two of us, dude. And he goes, this just got really negative. And he goes, I'm just not, he was like, this just really upsets me. And I said, well, I feel fine. I feel fine. I'm not upset. I I was like, you feel however you want to feel. I said, you've put words into my mouth and you've put me on the spot about something that I shouldn't have been able to make a decision on anyway at the age of 16. I said, so I feel fine though. And that is one thing I want to say since having this channel, boundaries. I have been able to speak up for myself a little more. Like in the past, that wouldn't have been, I would not have had that response. In the past, I would have not had been like, well, I wouldn't have said that. I looked that dude straight in the eye and I said, he goes, well, this just didn't go how I thought it was going to go. He was like, this is really negative. And he was like, you've upset me. And I said, well, I feel fine. And I didn't do that to try to be a bitch. Like I was like, I'm good. You're not good because that's your problem and your issue over on that side. I'm okay. Blow drill, I just saw you. What'd you say, Dylan? Those are correct feelings, Reese. Holding space for your right to feel and what? Thank you, Dylan. I love you, man. We should do a live together. Sounds like insecure that feels rejected. Will Huber, thank you for your super chat. I'm not going to call that guy that name. I never have, and it's I don't know. I don't know. I've never come on my show and said that. But here's the other thing he said, and I walked away with this, and I was like, And I brought this up in therapy today. It is all in the gap, peace lady. I brought this up in therapy because it really bugged me. He brought up, he goes, the other thing I don't like about you, something like that, not exact words, but it was like that. And he said, thank you, Katie Pie. He said, how do you feel about the people who are still in? Why would you pick a fight with someone who has a YouTube channel? Skyrider, that's a good point, but I would never want to use my channel to bring somebody down. Even like it may look like I'm doing that now. I'm not. I'm just telling you guys what happened because it's been weighing on me. I wasn't going to share this, but I thought I really kind of do want to. It's something that's been bothering me for days and days and kind of building. And I'm only sharing it because it's my story. Like I'm not doing it to throw this man under the bus. I couldn't care less about this guy. I just did. I don't know that I did. I'm just sharing my experience on what happened. I'm not even saying he's a bad guy. I really don't feel like he's a bad guy. I think he's confused. And I think that he maybe could benefit from some healing himself. But if you guys notice, I've never even come on my channel and said how much I hate Dan O'Connor or I wish the worst for him, all those things. I'm not hateful, guys. I spent too much time being hateful in Scientology. This is what I said last night with Sterling. There was so much screaming going on. You're never going to hear me scream again. There was so much throwing people under the bus going on. I don't want to do that. There was so much backstabbing going on. Now, it may look like I'm stabbing this guy in the back, but I'm not. I truly don't have the intention of it. It may seem that way to you. How it gets delivered to you is not my issue. How you take it is how you take it and interpret it. I'm just telling you step by step, factually what happened. And because it's weighing on me, because it's unpacking the heavy stuff is what I called this today. Now, I'm sure he's not going to like this. But I hope that, thank you, Florence. I hope that no one is taking offense to this going, wow, you just, smeared this dude. No, I didn't. I don't have any intentions of that. I'm not sharing his last name. I'm not doing any of that. But I'm sharing what happened because then one more thing happened that was very strange. And this pertains to my damn channel. So you know what? I'm kind of over like, you should say this, you shouldn't say this. I had a real conversation with some people this week about like how I need to be a different way, or I'm losing people on my channel because I'm being too open and personal with people. And I don't agree with that. I don't think that's true. I think I'm not for everyone. And the people who are meant to leave are going to leave no matter what I say. Okay. So I'm going to go forth, going to keep going, paving the way on this channel and hope it doesn't die, hope it doesn't crash. But I know that I'm not going to be for everybody. And I know that I'm not growing right now. But I also believe that channels have lulls. And I hope that that's what's going on. I hope that's what's going on. I was told the opposite of that. that like your channel is tanking, your channel's not doing well because of who you are, you overshare, you're too much for people, you go into talking about details on things that you really shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. I took that to heart and it really kind of shook me up in a bad way. And I was told, like, you basically need to change all of that. Well, if I change all of that, people will leave because people are here for the original way it's been, which it hasn't changed. So I don't know. I wanted to get your feedback on that, but that's not for today. I love you, Millie. Thank you for super chatting me, babe. Because of you, not only did I do a thing on Friday, I stood up for myself at work today. Thank you for lighting the way. You're a tremendously loving human. Take Huxley for ice cream. Carry on being you. That is so touching to me. And again, I needed to hear that. Thank you. Thank you, Millie. Thank you. Thank you. The people who said that, by the way, are very, very, very highly trained marketing people. They know what they're doing. They're probably not wrong in the eyes of marketing. But, and I want to make money doing this. I definitely want to make this into a career. I want to give myself more time to you guys. I want to figure out a way to do it, but I have to stick to my roots. I have to be me. There has to be a way to do both. Thank you, Wendy Mo. So, hey, Claire with an I. I love Claire with an I. I met her in Seattle. Thank you, Blake. You confronted someone that sexually and emotionally took advantage of you. You may not know it, but you overcame one of the demons tormenting the 14-year-old girl inside of you. Blake, thank you for saying that. It means a lot. Janet from Another Planet, super sticker. Thank you, babe. Thank you, Dylan. You deserve to be your best and number one advocate. Thank you. Whoever gave you that BS about your channel does not have your best interest at heart. I don't know. I'd like to believe that they do, but I felt a little sad the way I was approached about it. I'm scared that they're right. I'm still scared that they're right. It's shaken me up for a few days. It's shaken me up. I'm scared that people are leaving for various reasons, but I can't nitpick and find out what that is. It's not that people are leaving. It's just that people are not gaining. I'm not gaining subscribers. And I do believe that there are times on YouTube that that's going to happen. I grew super effing fast, right? There's going to be times where it's going to slow down. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with people leaving me. I don't want to lose you guys. I'm scared I'm going to lose you guys. This channel means everything to me. You guys are my friends and family. Thank you, Tim Harris. Hamina, UBU Reese, you are great. You'll find the way and we will support you. Thank you, babe. Thank you for super chatting me and saying that. Stephanie Keeping, because of you, I bought a farm. I've been quietly inspired. That's insane, Stephanie. Stephanie, that's insane. And congratulations. And thank you for your super chat, my friend. That's true, DNV. So I'm going to say the last thing that he said to me. Yeah, don't worry about the numbers, Reese. The important people will always be here. I promise. Love you. I agree. They don't know marketing. They have to market you, not you to any idea. Yeah. They were just saying too that like if you ever want to get like real sponsorships, and I don't disagree with this, but like you can't you're not going to have sponsorships if you're going to talk about poop and vaginas. I get that. I totally get that. And I get that there's a way to polish it up and maybe clean it up a little bit. So I'm not doing that because I do want to get sponsorships. I would like to make money that way. But there has to be a way to do both and still be myself. And I think they were saying that's totally possible too. These are very good people, guys. They're not bad people, but it made me a little sad the way I was approached about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't continue to be you and be successful because it's failing is kind of the impression that I got. And that makes me sad because we've built this together. Super Pup, I've been watching you grow and start owning your voice since your first live with Aaron. I'm here because you are transparent and staying true to you while you grow. Thank you, Super Pup. I don't recognize you. I think I've seen your name, but thank you for saying that. That's really important to me that you say that. It means a lot. Thank you for super chatting me. Pajama Pixie, what the hell do they want you to do? We are here because you are unapologetically and you are sharing your soul helps heal ours. That is so true. And thank you for your super chat, by the way. Thank you, Boston Sarah. Katie did. Please don't change. We are here for you. I get that a lot. And that's the thing that people don't realize that's going on behind the scenes. If I change everything, I might as well quit this channel because I talk to you guys so much privately and I get so many thank yous. You helped me with this. I bought a farm. I've been quietly inspired by you. I get those all the time. How am I supposed to change? I can't change. I couldn't anyway, even if I tried. Lori, this is one of the things Gens are talking about SA is a huge part of what's wrong with Scientology. Keep moving forward with therapy. Lori, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Janie Doyle, I haven't posted a picture of myself in years because of you. I took the leap and changed my profile picture. Wow. That's incredible, Janie. See, it's things like that. I can't get enough of it. It melts me every time when people go, because of this channel, I now do this. And it's a step in the right direction. I don't care how big or small the step is. It lights a fire in me. You guys don't understand how much it lights me up. Did I ask for advice or did people approach you? No, they approached me. So anyway, I think they had the best of intentions, guys. They know who I am. They've been watching my channel for a long time. It's just, I think the way I was approached made me feel a little sad. That's all. Robin W. I come for all things. It's not marketable. That's not marketable. Yes, Robin, thank you for your super chat, babe. I love you, Jilbo. Because of you, I have taken my life back. See, that just really gets me, guys. That really gets me. There's almost 1,200 people in here. So we must be doing something right. And I want to tell you how much that warms me up inside. I've been having a hard time the last few days over this. It really shook me up a little bit. I've been having a hard time. I had a hard time hearing that your channel is tanking, that you're not doing good, you're not growing, and you share too much. You've shared too much, and people are leaving. They're turned off by it. It really makes me sad to hear that, and I can't help but think that's not true. I talk to too many people behind the scenes. That can't be true. Thank you, Robin W. Kelly, I've been lurking for a few weeks, so this is my first time chatting. And I love that you are, and also Adam and Eve would be a good sponsor. Yeah, girl. I was thinking that too, Kelly. Thank you. I could get sponsors. I know I can and eventually will. Okay, Taylor, I think you are authentic and that's why I like you. I think everyone's path is different and your followers maybe fluctuate, but they will be loyal. Okay, Taylor, thank you for your super chat. And I think you're right. I think that's true. Guys, it's going to be ever changing. It's going to evolve all the time. People will come, people will go. My mother has always said, you're not for everybody, Reese. Guys, I'm aware that some of the things I talk about, people go, la, 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 la. I don't want to hear that. I'm aware of that. But that's this channel. And sometimes people go, oh my God, I love Reese so much. I could listen to her all night. And sometimes they go, this is too much, girl. Get off the screen. I'm aware of that. But it does seem to work, right? Like it's just organic. I can't change it. I'd love to talk healing with you sometime. It's important to bring light to it. Thank you. And thank you for super chatting me, Reluctant Healer. Katie Pie, like now, Reese, now. I can't get through this pain without you in this community. It's honestly helpful and healing for us also. Guys, Katie Pie, that means so much. Thank you for saying that and your super chat. Katie Pie lost her cousin yesterday, and it's horrific. It's so sad, and I'm so sorry for you. And I'm grateful for what you just said. I love that I'm a part of it with you, even though it's a horrific loss. I love that we're all here for you. It means everything. It's in real time. It means everything. Shelly, your channel is not tanking. Thank you. Okay, so what did Shane say to make you walk off? Sorry, I'm going to blow my nose again because somebody keeps messaging me and saying, Reese, get your basement tested for mold. Whoever said whatever doesn't know shit. Skyrider. Thank you, Skyrider. Thank you. I don't want to upset these people either by saying this. I'm not naming them, and they'll, they're good people. They spent their free time on me, guys. They spent a lot of time on this. Thank you, Skyrider, for your super chat. And I'm sure they'll be back on the channel. They're great people, but I think the way it hit me, it just hit me in a sad way. It made me sad. It's not their fault. It's how I took it, right? That's what I was just saying. Like how I deliver something to you, how you take it really isn't my fault. It's the same thing. They were doing their jobs. They're highly knowledgeable people and they spent a lot of time and effort on this. So I'm grateful for that. It's just the way that I absorbed it made me sad. And I don't think that was their intention at all. Debbie, you've been in a cult where your whole life was not talking about anything and being worried about secrecy. Sharing is freedom. No secrets means no one can control you. Debbie, you're so right. And that's actually what I said. I've been censored my whole life. I can't come on here and change things. This is my voice for the first time. I can't change it. And if I have to change it, I'm not going to do it. Natalia, I love that name. Reese, I hardly ever comment, but I love how incredibly transparent you are. Thank you so much. And guys, there's one other thing. I'll get back to the Shane thing, but hold on, I got to blow my nose. Speaking of snot face. Thank you, Tanya, Kiwi girl. Pretty alone right now with my other half deployed. Losing my shit emotionally. Appreciate you sharing, Reese. It helps a lot of us. Thank you, Snotface. I'm sorry that you are alone with your other half deployed, though. That's awful. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. Thank you. Reese, suppressive Sherry and I support you. Thank you. Declared Dave loves suppressive Sherry. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for your super chats. Skywriter, what I meant is they're recommending a strategy for someone else. Their analysis is wrong. Sorry for the swears. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Skywriter. You're amazing, by the way. Skywriter is amazing and has helped me so much. Brittany, this channel has helped me want to live again. My God, Brittany, you and I have talked privately a lot. Thank you for saying that. It means everything, guys. It means everything to me. You look forward to my lives every day. Well, here's the thing. I was thinking of something, and I want to get your feedback with this many people in here. I think a lot of other channels do this. How would you guys feel? And it would be totally up to you. It's totally a choice. Not going to change whether you do or don't. I think this would help me financially a lot if I had memberships. Claire, you really humanize how a normal, lovely person could possibly be a Scientologist. It is actually very valuable to get this perspective. Claire, I love you, girl. I loved hugging you. You're the cutest thing ever. Thank you. I'm a semi-famous DJ. Yes, you are. And I don't have anywhere near your following. Joe Virus, you're going to get there, brother. You are famous. I'm not famous. You're famous. Okay, memberships. It's totally up to you. You don't have to do it. You can still be here and not do it, but it would support me. I don't know anything about it. I just am learning. Like, so it's a monthly thing. And I think the highest one, I don't know how high they go, but I think the highest one I would do would be $10 a month. The lowest one would probably be $5 a month. How do you guys feel about that? One. And again, no pressure. You guys know how weird I am about money. I do not want money from people. I don't ask for money from you guys. But I feel like a membership would be a good idea for me because it would help. And it's for like, I get people who don't, you don't have to, but like, it's an easier way than super chatting for people who are like, I can't super chat. I'm just gonna put it out there. And if you want to, please do. But please, who just said I can't afford a membership? Because it's totally okay. Never feel like you need to give me money ever. That is not why we do this channel. I'm trying to figure out ways to make money as far as like on sponsorships and stuff, because I really would like to make this a career. I think we can. I think we can take it there. Having you for a friend has changed my life forever. Right back at you, Barbara. You know that through and through. I love you. Thank you, babe. Like Costco? No. Buffy, see, I can't afford a membership, but go for it. Okay, that's what I mean. It's totally fine. Also, YouTube won't take 30%. I think they do, actually, Brianna. They take their cut out of memberships too. But I don't know. A lot of people do it. I didn't even know. Like, I think Tommy does memberships. I didn't know that. So I just think it might help me a little bit. And I wanted to get your feedback. Thank you, Natalia. That's so sweet. Right back at you, girl. That is so sweet. And I love your name. Elena. No, they are not. No, they are not right. You rock. Don't change, not even a little. Elena, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hearing that makes me want Reese as a friend. I am your friends, not face. I am totally your friend. Yeah, so you can gift memberships, Stephanie. See, I don't know much about memberships, but I think that it can help me and okay, I thought Jeff was talking to me. Sorry, he's on the phone. It would help me a lot. And again, it's totally optional. And I love that. I do not ever want anyone to feel like, oh, great, now Reese is changing and I have to pay to never, never, ever, ever. This is just a simple way to offer up support if you want to, but it's never something that I would expect out of you. Nothing, nothing, nothing like that. I'm going to offer it up and you can take it or not. And please don't feel obligated in any way. Tommy Rabbit and Kelly Copter do memberships. Okay, nice. I'm going to try it. I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. And Philip Wright, I think we'll do probably like $3, $5, $10 is probably what we'll do. Yeah. And for those of you who don't do a membership, you can still tune in just like you're doing now. It makes no difference. The other thing I had for people who do like the higher level ones, I guess you're supposed to do something special for them. Hey, Ryan Turner, what if I did what happens when you can't pay for a membership? Carolyn, nothing. You still will be on my channel. You'll still be watching. Nothing will change. That's what I mean. It's up to you to do it or don't do it. Nothing will change. Now, the higher memberships, I thought about like, what if once a month we did a Zoom, all of us who do the higher memberships, and we do like a brunch with Reese where we all sit and like can eat breakfast or not eat at all. You guys just know I like food. That's all. That's neither here nor there. But what if we did something like that, where we all chatted and talked for like an hour once a month, like a private? I don't know. I'm just trying to think like, would that be cool? Okay, Susie P. Squirrel. And again, guys, no one feel pressured. I want to make that very clear. No obligation. You could not do it and you'd still be on my channel. I would never want to stop anyone and go, well, you can't go past this barrier until you pay. I would never do that. I would never do that. Yeah, Nicole the Kiwi. I don't know. I just thought I loved those meeting people in face to face. So I thought, how cool would it be to do something like that? For the people who have memberships. I don't know. I just wanted to get your feedback. And if you have any more ideas, send them to me. Okay, so we've gotten that out of the way. I'm glad that we did. My self-esteem was hurt a little bit just thinking about my channel tanking, me not making money. And I want to do this for my life. I want to do this. It's a Fred thing. It's I'm inspired to do this. Um, so I want to make it happen. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. So I appreciate that, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get back to Shane now. Sally, I love you back. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys like this idea. Just nobody feels shamed. Nobody feel like, oh, I can't be in a part of it now, or I can't watch your channel anymore if I'm not a member. Nobody feel that way. You can still be here just like you were. I'm not changing anything there. Yeah, Joe Virus, you have over 1,000 watching. You're not tanking. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that too, because I really am afraid that it's going to die, this channel, and that would really break my heart. I only pay for law. Sorry, Reese, but go for it. Witness, that's okay. No apologies. No one even has to say anything. Nobody even has to say anything, guys. Like, no shame, no apologies, no nothing. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't feel anything about it. It's just a way that some people can if they want to. What's this, Buffy? I'm the most socially awkward person ever. And because of you and Marilyn Hodig, I stepped out of my shell and decided to chat live with people. It's not easy. Thank you, Reese. Buffy, I love that about you, girl. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so I love that, Alex. I knew that. We need to talk, Alex. That's a good idea. Okay, back to Shane. Take it from a business perspective. Variety is essential for growing viewership. You are flourishing because you don't just talk about Scientology. Thank you, Blakey. I love you, Blake. I love you so much. You have no idea. Thank you so much. Okay. The last thing Shane said to me, and it really stuck with me. It really stuck with me. He asked me before we parted ways, he said, how do you feel about the people who hurt you, like your father? And then he said, Dan O'Connor. And he said, do you believe that, this is so weird. He said, do you believe that they did those things intentionally? And I said, yeah, yeah, I do. And he said, you don't believe, I could be a tampon sponsor or a cup sponsor. He said, you don't believe that they're doing and did these things to you because they're brainwashed and in a cult? He said, you don't believe that? And I said, no, I don't. I believe that people know what they're doing, is what I believe. And I said, now look, maybe a quarter of that, like maybe 10%. Look, I did things too that I'm like, why didn't I get out? Why didn't I leave? Why didn't I, right? Right, Ace and K. And I said, he goes, why don't you believe that? He goes, so if Dan O'Connor got out today and apologized to you, you wouldn't forgive him? And I said, absolutely not. And he said, why? And I said, because of his crimes. And he said, what crimes? And I said, hitting me over the head with a fax machine, choking me, and sitting on top of me long enough to where I pissed blood. Those crimes at the age of 16 years old. And he said, that's a good idea, Joe Virus. It got weird. He said, but you don't think that he was brainwashed? And I said, no, I don't. I don't. And you know why I don't think that? Because I never hit anybody over the head with a fax machine. I never hurt anybody. As much as people were beating each other, throwing things across rooms, hitting each other with things, screaming, I never did that. I've never hit anybody in my life. I got beat up in 7th grade by a gang of girls. They took my glasses off and broke them. I didn't hit back. I have never hit back. So, like Sterling and I talked about, you had to be an asshole to start. You had to be an aggressive predator to start. And Scientology helped enable that, I'm sure, and made it even more of a free environment for you to be an asshole. But as much as people were beating on each other, and they were, I never hit anybody. I never threw anything at anybody. So it's hard for me to go, well, they're just brainwashed. Nope, sorry. Nope. That is not an acceptable answer for me. He was blown away by it. So I gave him the response I just gave you. I don't know, sweet koala. I gave him the response I just gave you. And you know what he said to me once I said that, Sharon? Well, now I have to tell you, even though it spoils the surprise, I painted a sign for you. Cooter's gonna coot. That's amazing, and I can't wait to get it. Oh my God, thank you so much. And thank you for your super chat. I love it. Cooter's gonna coot. I should have fought back, Onyx. I was 16. Now, I just said this in therapy today. If the tables were turned and somebody hit me with a fax machine today, I'd find the nearest floor lamp and beat them to death with it. Nobody is going to hit me today where I'm just going to stand there, okay, and cry. Kay Taylor, we ride at dawn. Where are those girls at, Reese? I remember their names, Kay Taylor. It was awful. It was terrifying. Thank you for super chatting me. Blake, well, it was okay for Dan to beat the shit out of you because he was still in ethics. Jane, yes, Blake, totally. It's nuts. Hemina, because he's also an abuser, he has to tell himself the story that he was brainwashed to live with himself. That's a good point. So you know what he says to me? His response to that. He goes, wow, you got a lot of hate in your heart. Quote. And again, this didn't get to me. That didn't get to me. It just didn't. He said, wow, you got a lot of hate in your heart. And I said, do I? I guess I do then. I said, I hold those people accountable till the day they're dead. I will never think differently of Dan O'Connor and my father. And he said, so if he did it again. He goes, so if they called you right now and they apologized to you and said, I'm out of Scientology. I'm sorry for what I did. I didn't realize what I was doing. He said, you wouldn't forgive that? I said, nope, I wouldn't forgive it. For whatever reason, I don't know why you think my answer would be different. I would never forgive that. No. And he said, "You have a lot of hate in your soul." And he said, "I hope that you can learn how to forgive people." He said, "It's really a shame." And I said, "Well, then I guess I'm really evil." And so then I brought that up in therapy today. And my therapist said, what were you looking for? What were you looking for with Shane? And I said, that's a good question. I think I was looking to have a little bit of healing. Um, I said I was honestly hoping we could have a good cry, maybe have a good hug, and talk about the past and what happened and kind of open each other up because he was there for me, right? Stella, sending love. Thank you for your chat. Stella, I don't recognize your name, babe, and you're really cute, by the way. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for the love. But he said, "What were you wanting to accomplish with the visit with Shane? What were your intentions?" And I said, it's a good question. I just don't know. I feel like I went into it hoping that we would unpack some stuff, look each other in the eye, maybe cry a little bit, acknowledge one another, validate what happened, all those things. I was hoping for that. But that's not what happened. And I'll never see him again. I'll never speak to him again. I have no, he goes, "I might be willing," after all that, he goes, "I might be willing to come on your channel sometime." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll keep you in the Rolodex." Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'll definitely cancel on Tommy to have you on. Are you nuts? Oh my God, I love my friend Erica, who's in Seattle. Stella, you're new here. Found you recently. Everything you do. Oh my God, Stella, that means so much, babe. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. So I know we've been on for a long time and I usually get off now, but what do you guys think of that? It was not, and he even said, he goes, "Well, this just wasn't what I expected or how this was going to go." And I said, "You and me both." And he goes, "This got real negative real fast." And I said it again. I said, "Well, I feel fine." I was like, "As a matter of fact, I got to go. I got to go to my dinner." I was like, "Nice seeing you." I said, "I'll never see you again." So, nice seeing you. And the cool thing about that is at least I walked away with my head still high. I walked away going, "I'm still in the same headspace. You didn't bring me down like you attempted to." I don't want to make him out to be a bad guy, but I do feel like those were his intentions. When you say you got a lot of hate in your heart, what other intentions could you possibly have, right? Like, what are you trying to get across when you say that? You just are. And so it felt really good to not walk off crying, which is what I would have done in the past, previous to even a year ago, even like the beginning of my channel, which is only 6 months old. You guys have helped me cross that bridge so much of like confidence. I've got a lot more of it. And you've also helped me with just keeping my head up. And I have to say, Aaron, Tommy, and Sterling have helped with that too. And all of you guys with your private messages and just like keep being you, Reese. Like, you guys don't realize how much that helps me. I walked away and I was like, he didn't bring me down. That didn't bring me down. To tell me you got a lot of hate in your heart would typically bring me down. And it would make me question myself and go, do I? Should I? I mean, that's the purpose of gaslighting, right? Is to make you second guess yourself. Jenny, y'all, I'll schedule you when hell freezes. Yeah, I wanted to be like, yeah, I'll definitely put you on my channel. And while you're at it, pick me a fruit that won't rot. Yeah, go find me a fruit that won't rot as well. And when you do, then I'll have you on my channel. Yeah, sure. It was very dick swingy. He was like, "And I might come on your channel sometime." I was like, "Okay." Because I really need you. The numbers are tanking, man. Whatever I can get the drama stirred up to get the numbers back up, get the holy F out of here. Um, Blake Reed, I love you, Blake. And he said the same thing. He goes, "You wouldn't forgive your father?" And I was like, no, never. I hope the worst for him. Absolutely not. Yeah, I hope there is a pubic hair in his nice Starbucks coffee. Yeah. I hate this because I'm sure he's going to watch this. Um, yeah, tell him don't even subscribe, Screen Addict. I'm sure he's not subscribed. Sorry, I have to fix my mouse. I'm sure he's not subscribed. We don't have to worry about that. But I want to say thank you to you guys because Skywriter, let's think about this. Could get you 10,000 more subs. Yeah. We could start up a whole bunch of drama. Not worth it. Sorry. It's just not. Oh my God, you're going on the cruise. I cannot wait to give you a hug and promise not to be a creepy McCreep face. Mark Hardman, I love you, and I've never gotten a creepy vibe off of you. You gave me a huge Valentine's Day gift, sir. I never feel that way about you. I love Mark Hardman, and I'm so excited you're going. That is cool. That's something to look forward to. I love that. Clarette Landsman, hello. Quilty B, oh, girl, you rocked the moment. You also woke up his accountability. Quilty B, thank you for saying that. Thank you for your super chat. I think that's probably true too. I think, I don't know. Do you guys think that I made him think? He walked away pretty, I am too, Mark Hardman. He walked away pretty upset. Ellie J, you are truly amazing and you totally radiate love. But if someone is going to be a dick swinger, it helps not have micro P. That's true too. That's true too. Oh, Denise, we are your friend. I'm definitely your friend. Definitely. Who doesn't love Blake Reed so much? Shane, I hope you're watching because here's a message for you. Fight on site. I love Blake more than anything. I just love him so much. Do you guys think I feel kind of weird about this. What if I get some weird text? Can he sue me for this? Probably. I don't know. I don't know why. It was a real conversation. Everything I just said was factual, but don't give him another thought. I'm not going to. Yeah, I like that, Peace Lady. He didn't know how to talk to an empowered race. Yeah. True. I mean, can't sue or win if it's the truth. Yeah, Blake, you're the best. What do I think? That's a good question. What do you guys think, actually, that he expected from a meeting? I don't know, because based on the end, he was like, well, this didn't go how I wanted it to. This got real negative quickly. And I was like, not on my end. I was like, I feel fine. I feel great, actually. I'm getting ready to go to dinner. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to block him. What do you mean block him? I don't know how to do that. I'm not like friends with him on Facebook or anything. I always thought that too. It's weird to judge another for how they feel. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what he wanted. He wanted to scope out how much trouble he's really in. He's not in any trouble. That's true too. Shane can't do shit. He'd have to publicly say he committed statutory rape hundreds of times. You're still 16 in his eyes. That was probably the weirdest part for me. When he was like, did you really want to marry me? And I mean, I couldn't have looked more. I was like, I was 16 years old. Like, I shouldn't have ever been in any of that situation, dude. I should have been at home with a family, going to school, thinking about colleges and a prom and maybe having a boyfriend close to my age, not 10 years older. Like, none of that should have gone down. For you to even ask me, like, marriage should have never been on the table in the first place. It was creepy that he was like holding my feet to the fire there. He was like, did you? He was like, or were you just using me? And I was like, I think we were all being used, Shane. I think we were all being kind of used there, dude. None of that was real. It was all a terrible situation that nobody should have been in. He's conflicted, Sarah says. He thought you were mad, but you've never indicated you were mad at him. Maybe he feels guilt, and when he saw he wasn't going to get forgiveness, he flipped it around. Maybe. I don't know. That's a good way of looking at it. It's an interesting perspective. I think he had his guard up and was prepared for accusations that he can't excuse away. He probably went through all the worst scenarios. That's probably true. And that also kind of shows why he was like, "Are you recording me right now?" I was like, "No, I'm not." Um, yeah, they wanted to make a child bride out of you to cover their asses. Absolutely, they did. Yeah. Tampa Bay man. But the other weird thing was just the whole like, you wouldn't forgive them. I was like, no, no, I wouldn't. And I would never expect anyone to. Um, yeah, Rhonda, the whole talk was toxic. Don't ever see or talk to him again. No, I'll never speak to him again. Yeah, that's true too, Rachel. We need to keep in mind he was also in a cult and hasn't healed the way he should, like Reese is healing now. And sadly, a lot of them haven't. A lot of them haven't. Blake Reed. That could be too. Sounds like Shane still has one foot stuck in the cult, and he may. I honestly don't know how much he's out. I don't know. Sarah, sadly, whoop, Sarah. I know Brianna Miller. I thought of that too. Sadly, he is cut from the same cloth as your dad. He manipulated you when you were young. Meeting him showed the real him, and you can see the truth now. Glad he is cut from your life. He is toxic. You are love. Sarah, thank you for saying that. And that is a good point that Sarah makes too. I only knew him as a child, guys. I never knew him as an adult. I've lived my whole adult life. I went on to get married several times. I've had a child since then. I've bought and sold my own home. All these things that happened as an adult, I never knew the guy. I just for the first time met him in my adult life a week ago. Um, you wish I had recorded him. I didn't want to be weird like that, but I have been weird like that. But yeah, I also didn't have my Apple Watch. And guys, I'm not trying to, hey, Bead Maniac, I'm not trying to make, look, it's kind of bad what he did. I mean, but I don't think he's a bad guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's good to work with. I'm sure his wife is happy. I'm not saying he's a total awful guy, but that was a weird conversation. And I didn't think it was going to go that way. He didn't adult well, did he? Reluctant healer. No, he did not. And this Buddha stuff, I was like, you're not really practicing what you preach, like this Buddha stuff. I mean, the whole thing about saying I had hate in my heart and I need to learn how to forgive. Um, yeah, force of delightful nature. It is disappointing to learn that one person who you thought was helpful back then is not so great after all. I would agree with that. You think he's holding on to a lot of guilt, Brianna? Yeah. Oh, I love Carrie Ann. He was so focused on forgiveness because he wants forgiveness but couldn't ask. That's a good point too, guys. Carrie Ann makes a good point there. That could be. Now, he doesn't need to ask. I never held anything against him for sleeping with me in the first place. I just learned not too long ago that that was illegal. I told Jeff, thank you, Carrie Ann, for your super chat, by the way. I told Jeff, I gave consent. And Jeff was like, you can't consent at 14. And I said, but he didn't me. And he was like, it is statutory rape. It is like whether you say it is or not, it is. Hey, Okie mom. He now has children. He knows how he would feel if it were his child. He's wondering if you've forgiven him. I didn't ever hold it against him. Carolyn, be careful, Reese. It could be a slippery slope if you let yourself go there. You're a beautiful person just the way you are. I go where? What are you warning me about? The breakup, because I ended up blowing and leaving staff, Amy Lee. So I went back to Omaha and I just left because things got so bad in the church that I ended up leaving. Yeah, Shane has gaslighting, Scientology, guilt, and narcissism in his heart, so maybe he should check up on his little heart. Blake. Aw, Nat Cat. Reese, he was projecting his guilt and shame onto you. Luckily, it didn't work. Two things can be true at the same time. They were brainwashed and committed crimes. It is no one's business who you choose to forgive. I love that. I love you too, babe. Nat Cat, that is so profound. That is so true. You make such a good point about that. And I love it's no one's business who you choose to forgive. Guys, and thank you for super chatting me, babe. That is true. That is true. It is nobody's business who you choose to forgive. It's almost like your relationship with God, which I'm always jealous of. I love people who have a relationship with God. I don't because I never met God and I was never raised with God in my life. But whatever your relationship with God is very private and it doesn't need to be discussed. It's the same thing. Like who you choose to forgive is between you and your heart. Like it does bother me that he was like, you got a lot of hate in your heart. You need to forgive. Who are you to say that? I think that's, you nailed it. That's so true, Nat Cat. I didn't absorb any of that. It bounced right back off of me because I was like, like that's like when Jeff and I fight and Jeff will go, you're using your Scientology. You're being a Scientologist. Do you know me better than I do? Like, who are you to say that? That is not for you to say. That is not your right to say. It's the same thing as you've got hate in your heart. You need to forgive. That's not up to you, unfortunately. That is a boundary you can't cross. I make that decision with my head and my heart. That isn't up to you. Guys, that's kind of profound. That's something I never thought about till just now. Thank you, Skyrider. We all need to walk away with this piece of advice right here. Some things are not up to people, whether they say it is or not. How many people have you met in your life where they're like, you need to do this. You need to make things right with this. That isn't up to you. That's not up to you. That's up to my head and my heart. That is not something that you can climb into my head about and tell me what I need to do. Robin, I'm so proud of you for confronting him in person. It's growth for you. His journey isn't your responsibility. Thank you, Robin. I am too, guys. Now that we're talking about it more, you're right. Thank you for super chatting me, Robin. Himina, maybe because I was abused myself, it's hard for me to see them with compassion because they know what they are doing. They make choices, and that is not justified. Hurting people is never justified. Himina, yes, that is so true. Thank you for your super chat, babe. It's so true. And that's what I tried to say to him. He goes, you wouldn't forgive Dan O'Connor? And I said, no, because he made that people know what they're doing. How many times have I said this to you guys on a live? When somebody hurts you or does something and they go, oh, sorry, they're not sorry. They know what they're doing. 99% of the time, guys, people know what the F they're doing. Okay. And sometimes it's for good and sometimes it's for bad. But either way, they're aware that they did it. They knew their intentions when they did it. They know what the fuck they're doing. I hate that because people make excuses and go, well, you wouldn't because they were brainwashed or they didn't realize. Yes, they did. Okay. Yes, they did. Dan is well aware he hit me over the head with a fax machine. My father is well aware that he walked away from me and said, don't ever call me again. I'm your father. You cannot blame Scientology for that. You just can't. You can't. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm very proud of you, Reese. He appears jealous, and when he found you happy, and he obviously is not happy. Some have to bring others down, seeing someone else happy. Yes, so true, LeBone's creation. I have seen that. I have seen that too. Um, Thank you, Bex. I'm glad you're subscribed. Guys, please make sure you're subscribed. My subscribers, Sandy McKenna, I'm all about free will. There you go, girl. I totally agree with that. It's absolutely true. I feel like, too, guys, YouTube is unsubscribing. So just make sure that you're subscribed. I'm going to start the membership thing as soon as I can figure it out. But I really am grateful for you guys and thank you for listening to me today. Tomorrow, we're going to have a licensed therapist on. Her name's Elizabeth Bates. That's going to be 3 o'clock our time, my time, Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern. So I hope you guys can tune into that. I'm really excited about it. And I thought we could actually kind of talk about what happened today with her and get her take on it. The best revenge is happiness and success. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that too. Shane is making excuses for his bad behavior and wants an out. He knew, just like the other, exactly what he was doing. Yes. Now, he always treated me nice. Thank you. Shelly, where'd you say that? I hope you feel better now, Reese. I do. You guys know I have to talk things out, and I do much better once I do that. I pretty much got everything off my chest today. I've been holding on to a lot of pain and kind of discomfort, upset, and it's caused me to feel depressed. And I really don't stay depressed for long. Depression is not common for me, so I kind of had to pull myself out of it. And talking to you guys is always what feels right in my heart for me. And I hope that I don't overshare things and it makes me chase you off. I hope that my being open with you guys doesn't make you want to leave my channel. If it does, I totally understand though. Like my mother said, I'm not for everybody. Um, but I appreciate you guys being here with me. There were 1,200 of us in here, and that means we're doing something right. How old was Shane when he got out? I have no idea. Carolyn, I love you. Thank you, Reese. I woke up from a nap, came in here too, and turned on the TV, saw you, and I was so excited. You're just a wonderful, beautiful person keeping you. Thank you so much for saying that, my friend. Guys, thank you, Onyx. Thanks for listening to me today. Yeah, Buffy, I've held on to a lot of hurt, and someone who had to forgive, it's freeing. Yes, and I'm not against forgiveness, but I'm not there yet. I'm still in my healing process. I'm not there yet. And I don't know that I will ever be there to forgive Dan O'Connor or my father. I can forgive other people for certain things. I replay that memory in my head like it was yesterday, and I'm not ready. There's too much pain, there's too much upset, and I don't think I'm ready to do that. Thank you, JD. That's nice, Debbie. Don't second guess yourself. Over 900 people in here, and not a one has showed anything but love for you. That is so true, too. That is such a good point. There were 1,200 people in here. And nobody said anything mean or bad other than they're just showing their support and how much they love us. You don't need to forgive to heal. Peace, lady. I agree with that, too. Love you and do this your way. Thank you, Keela. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to sign off. We've been on for a little bit. And Blake says, Reese, you didn't forgive him because you never thought he needed it. It's only when he demanded it that you could see he never deserved it, and he doesn't. Blake, you're so profound. That's so true. That is so true. Guys, thank you for listening to this. It really did mean a lot. I love you, Armine. It really meant a lot. Thank you, JD. That's true, Okie Mom. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. That's true. It's a personal thing. Forgiveness is a very private, personal thing, in my opinion. I don't know why. It just feels that way to me. Love you, Shelly. Fred gave you strength that day. I bet he was sitting over your shoulder and saying, oh, hell no. Probably. Fred's always with me. Fred's always guiding me. And I think that where we're at on this channel means a lot. Can't be going wrong with it, right? I mean, I just think we're doing something right. I don't want to change a lot. And love you, Patty Collins. And I just feel so strong. I have this safety net of you guys with me. Not behind me, not under me, right here with me. We're all together, standing together. And I appreciate it so much. Love you, Nicole the Kiwi. All right, guys. So I'm going to sign off. I will be on tomorrow with our therapy friend. And thanks for listening to this. I needed to get this out. It meant a lot. I love how we do it naturally every time. And it's just means a lot. Thank you for all your super chats. That helps a lot too. I want to figure out the membership thing. I want to make more of a career out of this if I can. And we're going to figure it out. And it doesn't mean it has to come from you guys. I'm going to try to figure out sponsorships. I think we can continue to grow. And I think growth means it will happen naturally. I'm not pushing it. And it will unfold for us. I just know it will. All right. Love you guys. Yes, Anik, I knew that. He texted me. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And I hope you can join me for the therapy thing because it sounds amazing. All right, here comes Fred. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I can't say it enough. Thank you guys for being here with me. I love you. I love every one of you. Here he comes. He's so cute.